The collapse of FTX, the war in Ukraine and the US midterm elections have rightly dominated this week's news cycle. But as the G20 meeting in Bali winds down, one issue has bubbled below the surface, and it could have a big impact on crypto. So let's take a closer look at what's happening in Taiwan. It has only been a month since the island reopened its borders. 2.5 years of quarantine has taken its toll on the economy. Recent GDP data showed that things may be slightly better than expected, but are still not great. Demand for Taiwan's biggest exports, high-tech goods, has been hit hard. Global inflation has, of course, been a big contributor, but so too has the zero-COVID policies in the Chinese mainland, which have also impacted trade. All of this has prompted many in Taiwan to call for a greater pivot towards crypto and Web3. But what's been going on there so far? Well, until the last year or so, the government had been pretty hostile towards virtual currencies. It had officially labelled Bitcoin, Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies as, quote, highly speculative digital virtual commodities. Since last year, digital asset firms have been required to comply with international rules on money laundering as well, and those have continued to concern some in the sector. Ron Tucker, co-founder of the International Digital Asset Exchange Association, told Al Jazeera this month, quote, there is a real risk this will lead countries to unbank crypto exchanges, which will affect the end user. This is serious. So Taiwanese authorities have looked very wary of the risks posed by crypto then, but they are also trying not to miss out on the opportunities. In August this year, a new ministry called the Ministry of Digital Affairs, one of its mandates is to develop the country's Web3 industry. But developing the industry is not the same thing as regulating it. And this is the problem that many in crypto in Taiwan are now struggling with.
There's not really a clearly articulated guideline in place in terms of regulation at the moment. And Taiwan's regulators are taking a more permissive approach to crypto and trading, crypto retail investments. And the crypto industry here remains largely unregulated. So many of the industry players, they just have to self-regulate.
So this has led to exchanges like BTSE trying to figure things out for themselves. And its CEO, Henry Liu, says it's holding them back.
I think Taiwan's been quite receptive to crypto, but they've done a lot of things that have basically put in limits or regulations that may not be as friendly in terms of allowing the industry to grow.
According to the Chainalysis Geography of Cryptocurrency Report 2022, Taiwan ranked 53rd in the world for crypto adoption. That was above notable places like El Salvador and perhaps surprisingly Singapore, but it was also below Somalia, Iraq and Hong Kong. The island scored well on the value of crypto being traded, but it scored very poorly on volumes. While regulation has held adoption back, Henry says that so too have attitudes.
When it comes to retail investment in other kind of newly started projects, there's a bit of I don't want to call it fear, but there's a bit of a hesitation, especially when you try to do retail investments into things that are more securities.
When it comes to crypto, just as it has done with its 2.5 years of quarantine, Taiwan remains inwardly focused.
Everything is a lot more localized, and you don't see a lot of venture capital companies or firms kind of located in Taiwan and then investing outwards. It's usually just money from the outside coming in. And that flow, right, of investment and talent does affect how a country kind of incubates its people, incubates its projects.
But there are signs of change. In September, 24 crypto platforms got approval to operate the world's largest crypto exchange. Binance is also now working in the city. Other international exchanges are said to be investing in their operations in Taipei too. Longer term, this is what is prompting some to speculate that Taiwan could yet become a force within crypto and Web3.
I'm very excited that a lot of companies are investing into Taiwanese people in terms of investing into engineering talent. And I see that to be kind of the catalyst to potentially more and more people then taking that knowledge, transferring it to their own businesses, or potentially starting off on their own and building up more.
While Taiwanese crypto and Web3 firms are far from household names, they are growing, and in number as well as in size. Companies like MyCoin and BitOX are the biggest local exchanges within Taiwan, with trading volumes amounting to almost $13 million combined.
I think Taiwan has its own unique set of skills in terms of the type of people that they want to educate, they want to create. Similar to how Taiwan has its niche in the technology industry, right? Has a very strong presence when it comes to manufacturing of semiconductors, designs of IC chips, etc. So I think it's working on its own kind of flavor and its own take on where it stands in the entire crypto industry.
There remains one large elephant in the room, however: China. Its cryptocurrency ban is likely to have a big influence on what happens in neighbouring Taiwan. The ongoing question of security is also one that is hanging over the island. While that has the potential to hurt crypto in Taiwan, it has interestingly also pushed authorities there to already adopt and deploy blockchain technology.
They actually used IPFS technology to boost its cybersecurity capabilities. So there were DDoS attacks that have appeared to have expanded to the Web3 space, and I think that's one thing that Taiwan government has to focus on and really see how they can use Web3 technology and blockchain to tackle this issue.
In the meantime, Taiwan remains a fascinating place to watch crypto adoption. Let us know in the comments or on Twitter what you think about crypto in Taiwan. Could it become a global competitor one day? Perhaps. Find out more too about what else is happening in crypto and Web3 by liking and subscribing to this video and hitting that notification bell.